That's how the Knicks feel too.
Welcome back to the Clashing Conferences podcast. Another week, some takes that aged well, some takes that not so much. Nothing to really review as far as the standings go, guys. We're still kind of in the air waiting for some games to finish. So we're still sitting at Topher at 8, Matt at 7, Tony at 6, and Mike at 3. So let's get right into it. I'm sure, Chris has some things to defend or however he wants to proceed with this.
Whose takes didn't age well, Dave? Whose takes didn't age well?
Well, I think Chris was planning on being done with this whole thing by now, but he's
okay.
Yeah, a lot of things happen in a week. You know what you said one time, Tony P?
Hey,
what you said, Mr. October? Looked like you're getting ready to go out and manage a baseball game. What happened? Bucks got knocked out a little early.
Oh, somebody's sour today.
Somebody's all like acting like somebody made comments about. Hold up. We're talking over each other. Somebody made comments. Well, I would have wore Indiana Pacers stuff, but that's a team that whooped your ass. And now you're like supporting them. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, well, they're kind of whooping your ass right now too.
All right.
Part of that sentiment, and I don't know. Like, I don't want the Knicks to win. We're on this podcast every week. You've been, shooting up the Knicks in my face all day, every day, and I'm kind of sick of it. And
hearing your shit.
Oh yeah, and you know what? And it's time for you to lose. Sometimes a team's got to go on a 3-game losing streak in the playoffs, like my team did, and your team's about to do tonight.
4-game losing streak about to be.
Now they're going to win tonight, but the thing is, man, like, why did your team get eliminated, Tony P? Like, let's be real. What happened to your team?
I mean,
what happened to your team?
Oh, he's baiting you.
Well, we did have a
Giannis didn't play.
I was just going to say their best player wasn't on the floor. That's a good start.
So
what's currently going on with the Knicks right now? I mean, I have no problem, like, whatsoever saying this and don't care what anybody's response is. What's going on with the Knicks right now? First of all, they're running with 7 people. 7 people. And I'm not even going to talk about Randall because we haven't had him since January. You know how we overcome adversity? That's what we've done all year. That's what we did. Randall, we moved on. We played well. We won 50 games. I'm not going to talk about Randall. We lost Bogdanovich. All right, we lost Bogdanovich. You can overcome that. B tried to rip off Mitchell Robinson's leg, re-injured him. Now he's out for the season. It's a tough one. He was playing really well, but that's another one that we overcame. Brunson is hobbled. He's hurt. He's bad. It's bad. You guys know he's bad. The explosiveness is not there. He's not the same player right now. So it's not even a 75, 80% Brunson. And OG Anunoby is our second best player on our team and our best defender. And he's out. And he might be out the entire rest of the series.
So you have a whole starting lineup of players out.
You know what the injury report is for tonight?
The main reason why I thought Brunson should have been in the MVP running, and he was, he got a close 4th. I think he had finished 5th in votes. Should have been probably 3rd, in my opinion. And Tibbs, with all these injuries and all this stuff, and everybody saying, oh, he runs people into the ground. Dude, what is he like? I think he did the opposite. I think he held his team together, and we got 50 wins. And I think the motto here is we overcome adversity.
Right now,
we're going to overcome adversity tonight. The Garden's going to be rocking. We're going to win Game 5 tonight. We're going to win Game 5 tonight. We should have won Game 3. What's the dude's name with the braided hair? He hit an amazing shot, like a 60-foot 3-pointer at the buzzer, basically.
Nimmo.
Yeah, great shot. If I was the Knicks tonight with a hobbled Brunson, this dude ain't really looking to score 30 points. I'd put Brunson on him.
Hey,
and I would move people around.
Are you noticing that they put Nesmith on him and I'm not saying that he's.
I think it's because he's hurt. I think it's because he's hurt. I think it's I think the entire thing is because he's hurt. I don't think any of them can really shut him down. I mean, I think the Sixers played him the best, but I don't. It's not fair. He's hurt.
But didn't he go out in Game 1?
Game 2 is when he went out in the second quarter, missed the entire second quarter, and OG Anunoby carried us and had like 28 in the first half.
Yeah,
and that's who we're missing. That's the big. This is the one I don't think we can overcome.
Like, who's playing tonight? Do you know? Who's in and who's out? Who's in and who's out? Like, that's
well, Halliburton is a game time decision. But our
And the
regular
Knicks.
people,
Who's in and who's out on the Knicks?
everybody. I mean, like Mitchell Robinson's done for the season. OG Anunoby's out for at least another.
He's not playing tonight.
He's not, and Bogdanovich is out, and Randall's out. Yeah,
and
we're
Brunson's
rolling with 7
but
people. He's playing. He's not even on the injury report.
What happened to Halliburton?
It said game time decision. I think he's playing.
Mm.
He's a game time decision.
So, Chris, you still seem pretty confident even with the injury.
I am, but you know what? Because this was kind of a blessing in disguise. What did these guys need more than anything? They needed rest. And they all got rest. They all sat out.
Well, when you're losing by 30, you get some rest. Yeah.
And you know what? I'm so, and it was the smartest thing to do. Because they're already
does that mean next week, if you're saying now they all got rest, next week we come back here, the Knicks are out, you're not going to have these excuses no more? Because all through the playoffs,
hold
on. You got your time. All through the playoffs, it's been you can't have no excuses. It don't matter if Embiid's hobbled. It don't matter if Maxey is sick. It don't matter if the refs are screwing these teams. You can't have excuses. You lost the game. Knicks are losing games, buddy.
That's it. There ain't no excuse. I think Brunson said the same exact thing. It doesn't matter.
You just spit out a whole bunch of names of people that were hobbled as if it was a little bit of an. I know, but that's what
did we say about Tony P?
We were saying the same thing when the Knicks were winning.
What I was saying about it,
no excuses.
Embiid's a total. See, you're not comparing. You're comparing apples and oranges, dude. It's different.
I'm just. Embiid, the guy that stays on the
I was saying that's just who he is. Like he's always going to be hurt. Like this was just a fluky thing. Everybody got hurt. Like this wasn't like Embiid is always hurt. He misses 30 games a year every year. That's who he's going to be.
Is it a fluky thing?
That's what I'm saying. And he was still scoring 40 points. It wasn't like he was going out and scoring 12 points and not doing anything. They were getting production out of him.
Is it a fluky thing, or is it exactly what you said, that Tom Thibodeau ran these guys into the ground and now all of them are hurt?
I'm glad
because
they've
all been playing for stats and points and shooting 40 shots a night all season long.
It's a bad
and now they're worn out. They got no gas left in the tank. They have burned it all.
It's a bad take because everybody says that because of Derrick Rose. But who else?
Boy, they had Jimmy Butler. What happened there?
Jimmy Butler's absolutely fine. Jimmy Butler has been fine.
But I'm saying that it's just you run him into the ground or you run him out of town. That seems to be Tommy T's.
Hakeem,
but our locker room will 100% say, our 100 locker room say, if you ain't in our locker room, you don't understand. That's not the way it is. And first of all, these guys want to play. I'm going to totally say it's another reason. You always play your best guys, right? What do you think these guys? First of all, what do you think these guys are going to play? Like a Brunson and these main guys.
Yeah, I know, but you had to play your guys major minutes all season long. And
these guys all did too. Like Luka did it all year long. He did it all year long. These guys were playing 40 minutes. Tatum, he played 44 the other night. Gordon played 41. Edwards played 45. These guys play 40. Your best players play. That's what you do. They're basketball players. Back in the day, they played. Michael Jordan played every night. Pippen played every night. These guys are soft that don't play. They should be playing.
I'm just saying, Brunson carried a big load this year.
Look at the hits,
shot more shots. Remember, he shot more shots than anybody.
He really didn't. Like I was looking at the Melo thing.
No. What do you mean he didn't?
We were looking at the Melo thing.
Numbers. He shot more shots than anybody in several years in the entire NBA. So he's tired, dude.
I think he's just hurt because he gets hit all the time. He gets beat up. Like because
he runs into people, because he creates half the contact himself.
Because it's his style of basketball. He gets in the paint. He bumps. He's not soft.
So if he's hurt, maybe he shouldn't play like that.
That's his style of ball, man. Like I think you just play your game and don't worry about it. And then this whole running them in the ground, guys got hurt all year. Who were they going to play? Look at the guys that are playing now, like Sims and Jeffries. We wouldn't have 50 wins. We wouldn't be. You got to play who you got. That's
you didn't need 50 wins to get in the playoffs.
And if these dudes weren't hurt, like we would have 9, 10 guys right now. Like Bogdanovich. You think he got hurt because he plays too much? He barely even plays.
I just think it's a thing that. It's a trend.
OG Anunoby just gets hurt. We knew that when we signed him. But it was a hell of a hit. Did you see the hit? He got hit
when he pulled his hamstring. He was on that fast break.
Yeah, and he got hit into the
hit.
Yeah, he hit. Well, he ran into the thing. He ran into the pole.
Yeah, but that's not why he got hurt.
He came up lane before the layup.
Yeah,
But
he don't pull a hammy from.
Hold on, no, his can't be minutes either. The dude missed. We signed him and he missed. Half the time he was out because of his elbow.
Look, I love Tom Thibodeau. He came from.
So who's he running to the ground?
He ran
Brunson.
He ran Chicago into the ground. Chicago, toast.
Speaking of
They had
Noah,
one of the best teams.
I'm gonna say the opposite. I think he makes people better. Randall had his best years ever with Thibodeau. Jalen Brunson, best years ever with Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Noah. I think Noah was in the MVP running one year when he played for Thibodeau.
And
Noah in the MVP running, all for Thibodeau.
And they all crashed and burned after that.
Matt's point is correct. That's a damning point.
Yeah.
I don't think they crashed and burned. Who crashed and burned? Noah played for years and years, and Butler's still playing.
Right, but
Randall's injury was a fluky injury. It was the way
he's talking about the teams during that particular season.
I'm saying what happens when Tom Thibodeau shows up to a team, and then what happens when he leaves is alarming. And the fact that you might be the third team in a row he does it to, hey man, better you than me.
Third team in a row, dude. He's been there 4 years. After 4 to 6 years, it's time to get new players anyway.
Mm-hmm.
What do you I mean, I don't know. I think a team takes on their coach's identity, and I think they did. I love Tom Thibodeau, and I love this New York Knicks team. It's unfortunate what's going on with them. It's a shame. And I still don't think they're out of it. I think that rest did them good. They had a team meeting after Tibbs walked out. I think you're going to see a totally, totally different New York team tonight. It's really a damn shame they lost Game 3. They should have been up 3-0. I mean, they blew that one.
Oh, Topher, that's funny that you say that they should have been up 3-0, because this is how I look at the series. Game 1, refs gave that to you. Game 2, Pacers up 10 at halftime.
That's like crying about refs and crying about
win.
It's stupid.
Game 4, win by 30.
But so you just hold on. You just said you should be up 3-1, but now Tony's saying it should be up 3-1 the other way, and you're like, "That's stupid." I just said
you're saying refs. You're saying refs. Everybody deals with refs every single game, every single sport. Refs are going to do what they do. Everybody got to deal with them.
I would say maybe for about a half, you guys.
I say the refs hand everything to us.
I feel like it's the same thing as the injuries, Chris. If you were on the other side of it, you wouldn't feel.
You know what really sucks?
That's what I was just gonna say, Chris.
I'm gonna give you a take that really sucks. 95% of the time, every single series, after you play 2 games in one city, you always get an extra day rest. We did it when we played Philly. We haven't got an extra day rest at all at any of these travel days. And if any team in the NBA needs some extra rest, it's the New York Knicks right now. You think the league's cheating for them. What the hell's going on with this schedule? When we played Philly, we took 2 days off to travel. We're going from New York to Indiana. They're not doing it. They didn't do it because of Mother's Day. And we should have been playing Wednesday. If any team in the league right now needs a break, if they were cheating for us, we'd have a bigger rest.
I really don't know. Go ahead,
dude.
Go
ahead. Always happens. I can wait. Go ahead, Mike.
I don't know how the NBA decides, what day playoffs games are going to be played on, but I can guarantee you it's not arbitrary. They're not choosing to screw or help people based on the dates of the games.
That's fine. Neither are the refs. The refs ain't going into these games saying we're going to cheat for the New York Knicks. It's the stupidest take.
No, they dumb. After they apologized that they made the wrong call.
They make mistakes. They're human beings like everybody else.
You don't think it's possible that refs get influenced by hostile crowds or, they're human beings? I mean, they could just be fans of a team. We've seen in the past where refs have been involved in betting rings. The Donahue or Donahue guy. Refs are not refs are people. Refs are people.
100%.
And refs are influenced by outside things. And maybe they were influenced by things that helped the Knicks.
You found every single way to discredit anything the Knicks did this year when it should have totally 100% been the other way around.
Ooh, hold on.
That's how opposite sides of a podcast work, Christopher.
I know, buddy. And that's why I'm going at you, because this team overcame so much adversity. I've seen it all year, and that's why they're going to win this series. I'm still going to see Matt.
If the Knicks lost a game because of a bad call, would you just not mention it?
They have already. Like, things happened in these games already that were like throughout the entire game. You can't say just because the calls in the last 20 seconds. You know how many calls happened throughout the game that were bad? Like, Mike gave me shit the other night about Brunson taking 14 free throws. You know how many times Embiid had more than our entire team in that series in a game? He shot 23 one night. Don't give me that he's a freaking foul merchant. Talk about a foul merchant.
He is whatever that means.
His
a foul merchant.
Game,
that's
dude.
exactly what
that's
he is.
He
is so big that people.
Embiid
it's the same thing with Shaq.
Lazy. Embiid is so dumb,
big
dopey,
that you
and lazy.
need to foul him to
all
stop
you can
him.
do. He's 6'1" and he's just taking it to people.
That was so many words to not answer my question. Go ahead.
I didn't even hear your question.
You never answered it.
I answer everything. You guys never listen. Like,
speaking of rigged, Michael,
I want to hear.
Would you like to talk about what happened to Charlotte?
Oh man!
Wow, you just put this fire right out.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. No, because I want to take that heat and push it a little.
I
We
mean,
should talk about his team. He just got royally screwed. I think we said it right before.
We did get screwed. We had every good of a chance to get the top pick as anybody, and we end up 6th. But I mean, that's not rigged. That's just math. That's.
But remember when they used to do it in front of us, and then they just were like,
I swore you said you were like guaranteed like a top 3 or 4 the last pod. I think I swore.
No, he was saying they have odds.
Didn't he say that?
Odds. No,
percentage-wise.
Yeah,
I'm back.
All right.
Percentage-wise, his team had they reinvented the whole thing, but his team had the top 3 percentage. It was like 14% to get the top pick. And I used to think that if you were in the top 3 or 4, like you were kind of guaranteed that you wouldn't fall out of it. And then I think that's been part of the change. So that's where where it was normally like, hey, well, all right, we'll get a 3rd pick. Cool. And then they're like, you're the 6th. It's like, oh, but that's happened to us a couple of times.
You could always fall 3 spots.
Yeah.
If 3 teams moved up in the ping pong ball selections, it means if wherever you were, you could fall down 3 spots. Now you could fall 4 spots.
So answer me this.
From outside, those bottom ones jump up.
So every once in a while, a team would be, they'd pull a team out of the envelope and they were like, oh, because of this, San Antonio is guaranteed. Like, I never heard them say Charlotte. Like, how come it didn't benefit you?
Because the fix was in.
Is that where the rig is?
They already were like, get the hell out of here. We're not giving these guys.
I'm going to tell you something. There was in the pre, when they're going around and showing like who's representing each, like when they went to Atlanta and they were like, in Atlanta never got. As soon as they said that, I looked at my daughter and I was like, Atlanta's going to win it. Like I felt it as soon as she said it. I was like, they're going to win it. And then when they did, like their chances weren't that great to win it.
No, they were in a playing game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Atlanta's chances were like 3%.
That's yeah.
And the whole rigged NBA thing with the draft actually began with
the lottery, and then was it the Knicks?
New York Knicks.
Patrick Ewing,
the
frozen envelope.
Yeah.
The big conspiracy theory. You know about that one, Chris?
I heard about it, but what did it win him? I mean, he never won nothing. What's Mike always say every week? They're just Matt said, sorry, Matt. What did Matt say every week? He said, just look all the mediocrity all around. Like it's like
Jalen Brunson hasn't won anything.
And he's already better than 90% of those people in the
stadium. Give him a shot. Tony P, give him a shot. He just got there. This is only his 2nd year, and he's hobbled.
He's going to need a couple shots in cortisone tonight.
And we're 2-2. Like, you're acting like we're done.
If I'm Jalen Brunson, I wouldn't even high-five them. I don't want their cheese touch. I don't want John Starks and who else? Amari Stoudemire. Amari Stoudemire at the Knicks games. Get the heck out of here.
I liked Amari Stoudemire a little bit more than Melo, actually. Like, I liked having Amari Stoudemire. I liked it. When he first got there before we got Melo, that was fun.
He was what got him to go.
Yeah,
he was fun to watch before he got hurt with his knees and everything.
Yeah, I liked him a lot. Man.
That team was.
So, Topher, do you think tonight's like a must-win? Would you say, or no? Like,
it's we have to win tonight. I mean, with everything going on, I was going to add earlier, like with OG Anunoby in the lineup, the Knicks were 27-5. They were 27-5 this year, and in the month of January, they were ranked the best defensive team in the NBA. If you go back and look at the stats and everything, that's why Corey calls me Stat Boy. But 2 of them losses were against Philly, so like that was their. I mean, that's a big blow, man. I think I told Greg this in the football season. Not all injuries are created equal. That's the one we can't overcome. And I don't even know. They said maybe game 6. It just sucks, man. It's been like that all year. I mean, you can blame Tibbs. I don't know. I'm all for it. Put your best guys out on the floor. Give it all you got. Play all the games. That's how it was when I grew up. I like it. That's why I love this team, man. It sucks. This series isn't over. I still think we win this series. And I think we would have beat him in 5 if he didn't get hurt. Like, I'm standing by that. If he didn't get hurt, Siakam ain't doing what he's doing. And another thing, man, they're not shooting. What they shoot last game, like 69%. They're not doing that. They're not doing that.
Oh, don't you love the bombs away games? Oh,
yeah, they're not doing that in the Garden. Remember that one Turner
best.
hit? That one Turner hit was badass, and I think they actually fouled him on it. Like it was crazy. And then the one the guy won in Game 3, that was a great shot. Like he ain't get mad. I wish Brunson would have actually took a better shot. I think he was trying to draw a foul on that one. The last shot in Game 3, I think he was trying to draw a foul on that one. I think he should have just took a better shot.
Wait, do we even talk about the Celtics? Or I feel like
I think you should, man.
I was gonna get to it if we didn't hit it by the 30-minute mark.
I was gonna start talking other matchups here as well. Go ahead, Matt. What do you think about the Celtics right now?
No, I want to spread the wealth because I actually want to hear Tony and your take. Give me your take on what you've seen from the Celtics because I'm curious if it lines up with what I think.
I think they're just kind of coasting right now, to be honest. Yeah, that's my opinion.
I didn't even want to hear from Chris.
Well, I know Chris is like all into it, but again, I want to see what these two. You know what I mean? I know Chris, Topher and I think alike. Like he said, he's like, I think your team's soft. I'm like, me too. Hey, we got a lot in common.
But they're fine and they're going to win this series. I mean, they're. We just lost Tony P. Mike, what do you think?
I just feel like they're coasting because they don't. I feel like they don't need to play hard yet. The Cavs are putting up a fight, but they just don't have enough talent that Boston have. Even without Porzingis, Boston has too much.
Yeah,
and I think the guys on Boston's team knows it yet, and they're not playing with that same kind of fire that you see like a team like the Knicks play with night in.
That's why the series just look the way they do, Mike, and I agree with you 1,000%. And Mitchell didn't even play, right? So, like, I think that's what happened last game. I think they seen him out. I think that's.
Well, but this is what was kind of worrisome to me. Now, again, I'm not gonna poo-poo last night's win. They did good. They did really good, and I have a lot to credit them for. But the thing that was kind of worrying me was at the end of the first half, these guys were shooting 60-something% and 44% from three, and they were up by a couple. And I'm thinking, Jesus, man, you can't play much better than that. And that's where, again, the bombs away games, right? I wanted to ask Tony, because remember the first game of the playoffs was bombs away for the Bucks, and it was, yeah. And then when it happens to you, it is like the roof collapsing. So I want to say last night was the third time I've heard in the playoffs so far where they go, and the team is shooting a record high for the season for threes from, and you're like, golly, man, these guys got to stop letting teams get super hot from three. This is the third time that it's happened. They've lost 2, they won 1. So you can't play like that. So again, you're right. They are kind of coasting. I'm worried about the way they're coasting because that could equal disaster if you let teams go like that.
Playing with your food, like you've said all season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They won't.
And when they turn it on, it's there, man. Like Tatum. If Tatum would just this is if Tatum does this, it's over. It's all done because Jaylen Brown is this at all times. This is him at a surprise birthday party. This is him when he hits the game winner. No affect.
That's so true.
Tatum, though.
Although he did make a face when Tatum hit him the other day. Did you see that?
Yes, yeah, when he whacked him. Yeah,
and he said, I've been working out. I hit him a little harder. I didn't realize how hard I hit him.
Right. But this is where it all changes. Tatum stops going like this and whining to the refs and just starts looking at the guy. Instead of telling somebody he hit me, look at the guy that hit you and be like, now I'm going to deal with you. You just start doing that. Just, let me go ahead. All right, you hit me with a foul. Let me get you one good time. And then go from there. If he does that, this team, it's over. It's all over. But that was the thing that, again, hey, they come down and get a bucket. Yes, good job, Tatum. And then he's yelling at the ref. Technical. You just undid the thing that you did. So don't bark at the refs.
Just concentrate on the game and do what you do. Yep.
Go punch Max Strus in the face. This guy, he's got a punchable face. Go take care of him. Stop yelling at the refs because at some point, the ref thing will matter. It will matter if you piss a ref off and you keep calling him every word under the sun, that's going to probably end up catching up to you at some point.
Yeah,
that energy has to go
Tatum's
somewhere.
Been doing that his whole career.
Where the hell did you come from? I didn't even know you were back.
My phone overheated.
He's back twice.
It was like 2 of you there for a second.
You asked me for a question, and my phone was like, take a second, Tony, breathe. Think about what you're going to say, and come back.
What are you going to say? I want to hear it. That's why I'm eager.
Oh, well, so I missed what you guys said, but I was going to say that, like, a lot of times when I watch the Celtics, I find myself, like, screaming at the other team, like, what are you doing? Like, making the stupidest plays, stupidest shot selection more than, like, the Celtics actually playing well. I think if they play a team that's, like, I don't know, like, making shots and, like, not going on stretches where they don't score for 2 or 3 minutes at a time, I think you're gonna have a tough time. Like, I think the Knicks are a good opponent for the Celtics, just for the play style that they have. But I mean,
Like,
I just think the
think
Celtics are out there. They're like Team USA versus like freaking Sweden or something, you know, where it's like they're just like, I don't know, they're above the better team, you know.
And I was going to add, we're feisty, we're gritty, we bump, we grind. That's all it would take is a game or two. You guys would be right back. You guys would get right into that flow real quick. That's like the kind of atmosphere we bring. We are the type of opponent. Like, that's why all of our games are like that. Like, last game wasn't because of the blowout. That was the first time we lost by double digits since January. We just don't do it, and that's why, but go on. Like, I don't want to get back on them. But
if you haven't seen it, watch in the Denver series, watch what Aaron Gordon's been doing. You can see that Aaron Gordon just decided, the hell with this. I'm mad.
He's playing well.
I'm gonna just drive like a football player. Stop me. And usually he gets around his guy. Everybody's spread out the 3-point line if Jokic isn't down low, and then he just has free lane to slam on everybody. If Tatum starts doing what Aaron Gordon is doing,
can do it too.
He can do it, and he should do it. And if he
that's
does,
what I mean about that fire. Like, imagine if he had that fire in him, like Brunson got in. Like, Mike's giving him shit for bumping and grinding. He's just playing hard. Like, if Tatum went out like that, man, he would be like Kobe. He'd be sick. He has the body and the skill.
I'll tell you one thing, though. It's been a difference maker without Smart, because Jrue Holiday can flip a 3 up real quick. And so sometimes you're not even ready for it.
43 minutes.
But he's just chucking up threes, and you're like, your initial instinct from all the threes you've seen in the past playoffs, you're like, and then it goes in, and you go, oh, wait, it's not Marcus Smart or Grant Williams just whipping up threes. Like, oh, yeah, these guys can shoot. Oh, yeah, Peyton Pritchard can shoot. Like,
oh, yeah. And talk about hateable faces. Peyton Pritchard, man. I hate that guy, dude. You want my Celtics take on that? I hate Peyton Pritchard. That's my Celtics take.
Well, he might hate you back. I don't know.
Well,
wait, Steve needs to find the clip where Tony was talking about that he wanted Peyton Pritchard on his team a couple of weeks ago.
All right, no, don't do that.
Yeah, you should definitely do that.
Not for his looks.
Yeah, not for his looks. Not for his looks.
Who I want on my team? I want that.
You already told us it's Embiid.
No, I want that McConnelly dude from the Pacers. I like to have him. I think he would fit in.
TJ McConnell?
I think he would fit in great with Tibbs.
He went to high school right up the way from here. He went to the all-boys school. Like,
I would like to have him come off our bench right now with, the way he's balling. I like it. I think he would fit good on our roster.
Yeah.
He is a little old, though, isn't he? Isn't he like in his 30s?
He's played for the Sixers.
Yeah, he did.
I like how he's playing, man. I like his game. I mean,
he plays just like the Knicks do.
That's what I'm saying.
He plays very hard. He plays above how good he is. Right, he's not as good as, I'm just saying, that's TJ McConnell. He's not a lot different than Brunson.
He's like, I'm not even taking that bait, dude. Yeah. Like I said, Tibbs makes people better. I'll say it that way. Tibbs is a hell of a coach, man. Hell of a coach.
Matt, were you going to say something?
Yeah, before we go to halftime, Dave, so does that mean that you do have some vested interest in the Celtics?
Mike, that was good, man.
Jrue Holiday came from Philly?
No. No, I've heard both. I've heard that name. I've heard TJ McConnell. Like, I listen to a lot of sports radio, so I don't really watch basketball, but like, I know enough about the Sixers each season just because I listen to the radio waiting for the Eagles stuff, really.
I do that with the Bruins. I know exactly what you're talking about.
One more question. Did you guys watch the Dallas game last night? The Dallas versus Thunder game?
Not last night. I saw the night before.
Matt, I know you're big on making your free throws. It was an all-timer die at the line game. They were 50% from the line, and they missed probably every time they go up and miss one, and it was a 2-point game at the end, and Doncic missed the first one. It was like so brutal just watch him kill himself at the line all night, and it was like
Was
a
the
close game.
Thunder? Were they doing? Were they purposely fouling their centers on Dallas? Because I know they were doing that in the fourth quarter of the last game.
No, it was everybody. It was everybody missing it. They would just everybody who gets to line would either do 1 or 2 like the whole time. But it was brutal because it was like a close game, and then on defense they'd hold them for like 20 seconds, and then like SGA would hit a jumper like at the last second, and then they'd go get fouled, and then they make 1 and 2, and you just watch them like slowly die.
Okay, funny thing you say that, because when I watched that game the other day, it was like midway through the third quarter, and it was like, okay, this game's starting to get important. Let's go. Mm-hmm. And I was looking at Chet Holmgren for the whole second half, and he did not get a pass from a teammate from middle of third quarter until less than 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. He touched the ball 3 times, 3 rebounds, putbacks, and he got fouled. That was it. His teammates did not pass him the ball. And I was so confused at how this is supposed to be one of your star pieces, and the guy, not one pass, not one time. It was the weirdest basketball thing I've ever watched.
We're in overtime, boys, so let's take our break and then come back.
And it's almost game time.
Game 5, baby. Pacers money line. Let's go.
Or watching, however you consume your podcasts, hit the like button, share it, tell your friends. Check if you're on
Pacers
YouTube.
Money line, free money.
All sorts of stuff. You can get your betting advice from Tony.
Hater.
And
I'm doing it right now, Tony. I'm doing it.
Let's go, baby.
We're all losing money tonight.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Just a few quick reminders for everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And check out our fellow podcaster, Jim Montgomery, with This Day in Philly Sports History. Thank you.
welcome back. We're back from our break. We had a nice little chat during our break, and it came to our attention that our producer has a special treat for us. And if you were familiar with the NFL version of this podcast, you might remember Flashing Bashing.
Yes.
Okay, what? So this is like we're at work.
Is this?
Yeah, bar graphs and pie charts.
Oh, now I'm at work. I'm
like, we got 15 million viewers on Clashing Conferences. Okay.
Yeah.
Steven, when do we start getting paid?
Why is NBA so low though?
Guys, we're not doing so good on this podcast.
Like the Charlotte
Hornets. I just can't read it, so I just see information.
Yeah.
It says 2023 viewer per sports. So NFL's at 15 million, MLB's at like 7-ish, NBA's in the basement.
You know what's bad about that? There's not even an MLB one yet, guys. Come on.
NBA, man. Stop putting games on.
It's still better than our podcast. All right,
I've seen this before, and this is so true.
I love Ernest movies. Ernest Goes to Jail. Come on, great movie.
John Cena should definitely do a remake of Ernest movies.
That would be awesome.
Dude, what if Ernest became Jack like John Cena?
Look just like him.
John Cena goes to camp.
To Cena? Not good.
All that steroids.
What's wrong with him? He's young.
I don't know, but if he's starting to look like Ernest, he's looking sickly, man.
Oh yes.
Joker's Avengers.
It's
he put time into this one.
Yeah, it's dumb.
The fact that Daniel Jones standing next to Eli.
It must be the end of the episode because that's that dumb shit. This is dumb. Eli Manning's a 2-time Super Bowl MVP. Andrew Thomas is one of the best left tackles in the NFL.
Oh, man,
when he's healthy.
It's been months since I had to hear you say Andrew Thomas's name. Can we move to the next picture?
That's my boy. Does Daniel Jones deserve to be next to Eli? No.
Dude, wait, yeah. Like, what is he doing? Is he trying to be a detective in Scotland in the 1700s? I don't get it. What is this?
What is it? A key on the side of it? What
is he missing a horse? So, like, what is going on?
I don't know what this is. I don't know where this came from.
Hey, look,
Cam
Matt.
Newton.
After the way Paul Pierce showed up to your last game, just.
I'm all about fashion. I see every time I see Cam Newton, I just get confused. Like he's like, I don't know.
Why? I don't
With
get
like
it.
an iron-on wolf patch.
Does he have two hats on? Is there two hats, one on top of the other? Or is that his?
He's
I don't
way
know.
too big
I'm
to be a
confused.
jockey.
I think he has like 4 shirts on too. I'm confused.
Yeah, it's weird.
What?
Airless 3D printed basketball. Tom Brady could throw it.
Yeah, those creep me out. I don't get it.
What's it for?
Have you ever played with one of those?
No, I've watched the videos. They're cool, I guess, but they're weird. It freaks me out.
Yeah, if you give me a $2,500 basketball, I'm not going out to play with it.
Yeah.
No.
Plus, I want to hear a basketball. That is
the sound.
That is like rainfall to me. I could fall asleep to the sound of basketball on a court. I don't know what the hell this sponge or whatever this is.
It's plastic.
No, it's like rubber. It's like I don't know.
It's injured.
Quick reminder that Jalen Brunson is blank, guys.
5.
Hurt. He's hurt. He's ran into the ground, I hear.
Failure.
He is.
He's a leader.
Not rising up to the occasion.
He's hurt, but he's playing well, and we're good. We're still playing. We're still playing.
He is.
Where you at, Tony P?
Watch this podcast.
There he is. There's Tony P.
Chicago.
Good.
The day Corey got fired.
Looking good.
What is this? The Benetton contest? What is going on?
Yeah, this podcast ain't seen Corey since Chicago.
He might still be there.
Oh, yeah.
Is that just a random guy Tony drinks with in Chicago?
There it is.
Jaeger bombs.
That was a fun time.
No, you have Tony shooting dice?
Huh?
Is there Tony shooting dice?
I don't think you can take pictures in the casino.
Yeah, in the casino.
Oh, man. I don't have any PG-13 jokes.
No, you can't take pictures in the casino.
You're right, yeah.
Oh, there it is. Super
That's
Nick.
funny.
Oh, yeah, because the refs are rooting for the Knicks.
That's funny. We could use a little help right now.
Game 1.
You already got it.
You have gotten enough help through these playoffs.
Yeah, we did. We earned every win we got.
You didn't earn them ref calls.
We didn't buy them. We didn't.
But you didn't earn them.
You just played a game, dude. It's
like you can't ask for more. You've had enough.
Just on the flip side of that, I do feel a little bad. I do feel a little bad about the Pacers because everybody is saying how they're playing teams that were hurt and stuff, so they're not really getting their due. But same thing, right? It ain't their fault. Just got to play who you play, man.
Who cares? Don't care. You know how many seasons have been shanghaied by injury? Who cares? Nope. Don't care.
That's what I'm saying. Just play. Just play a game.
Nobody cared when KG hurt himself the year after, and we were even better the next year. Nobody cared.
When Porzingis got hurt, I was thinking, man, that actually helps us out if we play Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play.
Yep. Nobody cared when Nah.
Nope. I don't blame him. I'd take
win a championship. Who cares? Play who's in front of you.
I think that's why he did what he did with all the refereeing and crying, because he was like, we have a shot. Like, these guys are banged up. He wanted some neutral ground going back home. He got it.
All right, I like Flash and Bash. That was good.
That was fun. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite games.
Mm-hmm.
And if Cam Newton's watching this, I apologize. I don't know. I'm just confused. I'm sorry.
I don't. That was ridiculous.
Like, he wears a lot of weird stuff, and some of it's actually, I mean, I ain't gonna say it's
like, hey man, if I was rich, I'd wear a flamingo jacket right now. I don't care. Look at
I bet you he has one.
He probably does.
And I
but
bet
that
it's
last
very
thing,
nice.
he looked like it looked like he was a construction supervisor singing the YMCA. Like, it was bad. Like, I don't even know what he was doing. Like, it was so bad I don't even know where the clip came from. I don't even know where Steven got it.
Been digging on the internet for Cam Newton videos.
I want to know how long it takes Steven to grow that beard. That was insane.
And then the next thing we were going to do, guys, is reverse Matt Libs. So problem is Tony had a whole bunch in the hopper and he's gone.
Why is that a problem?
That sucks. We're going to have to carry his weight here, guys.
Wait, you can't see Tony right now, Dave? Because Tony's here with us.
I see him.
Yeah, what's wrong? You can't hear me?
And he's
Can you hear
speaking.
me?
I don't hear him either.
Oh, no, I'm shaking this.
Do you see Tony, Matt?
I do, but he's a little teeny tiny box.
Yeah.
But can you guys hear me?
Well, I mean, I guess I don't need to.
Everybody can hear you but Dave, Tony.
Okay.
Everybody can hear you but Dave.
I mean, luckily it's
So
only
I
the
guess
host
we'll let
or
him go
anything,
first
but-
with one, and then when he's done, you guys are gonna have to I can't be the one that goes after him. That's for sure. I don't know when he's done.
Well, how about should we just let him run off his?
No, I was gonna say okay, whatever.
This is gonna be so much fun for me. I'll only see Matt's answers to questions I don't hear. That's gonna be fun.
Ooh, okay, all right.
We have a little problem. The producer.
Yeah, we do have a problem. Steven doesn't have you, Tony.
All right, I'm gonna go out and then come back in. Okay.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Get back in, bud.
All right, we'll start.
All right.
One. That's gonna come back and haunt somebody. No, they're quick. They're quick. Easy one goes bye-bye.
I'll go first.
Go ahead, Dave.
All right. Sports related one first. I'll go with, when does Matt get confident in the Celtics? Like, you've been the kind of the juggernaut of this whole thing, but like you've been so quiet.
Well, let's be real. Let's say we play in New York, that is 3 teams in a row we played hurt. So I have not seen this team go against a team at full strength yet. 1, 2. I don't think they've turned it up to the dial at which they can go. And like I said, if I start seeing that, yeah, dude, I will talk. Like, if you could take his spirit and stick it in Tatum or Brown or Pierce's in one and KG in another, it's a wrap. It's over. So maybe it's starting to happen. and I feel like when I get to see that, then you'll see me start talking smack. But until then, I'm guarded because I listen, I know this team well. And I've learned their tendencies. So when they blew 2 game 2s in a row, was I surprised? Not really. Did then they come back and blow out the teams or play really well on the road? Was I surprised? Not really.
Yep.
So
yeah, you
know what I mean? I've been
did.
studying them. I've been paying attention. So I'm just waiting. And so far, everything that I expect them to do, they've been doing. So, but yeah, when we play a healthy team, that's what I'm curious to see.
All right.
Who's up next?
I can go. Do you see everybody now?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome. All right, Matt. This is a Celtics question. All right, you've been a Celtics fan a long time. Out of all the things that's happened over the years, what is the biggest heartbreak that you can remember? What is your biggest Celtics heartbreak?
That's the easiest. 2010 against the Lakers.
Okay.
Ducky.
Just that season and that in general, or?
No, because it's like I said, that stuff echoes through time. Like, we win that championship and Kobe's not standing up on that table and he's got 4 and everything changes for forever. And again, yeah, anybody who's watched this or knows me talking about the ref thing, 100%, because we lost by 4 points in that game. That team shot 30 free throws. We shot 10. 20 freaking free throws. You're telling me that if that wasn't different, we wouldn't have won? I think we would have. So that broke my heart. And yeah. And then the number 2 would be the LeBron game at game 6 at home when we had Miami on the ropes. And then he just came out. And again, he bombs away as himself. I can't stand LeBron, but I can tell you that I watched that game and I was like, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, this looks like a grown man playing against a bunch of little children, and he's just get out of my way. Just playing on a Fisher Price hoop. Oh, rip my heart out. So, yep, those 2, number 1 and number 2.
So that kind of goes along with my question. I was going to ask, who's your favorite all-time Boston villain? Would you say it's LeBron or Kobe or?
It's LeBron because he always was in the East. And then when he finally wasn't, he went to the Lakers. I mean, it's like you can't script it any bit. He for a Celtics fan, if you're a Celtics fan, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. He is one of the most perfect villains you could ever ask for. But when it comes to that, it's just, you're on that side and I'm on this side, dude. And that's it. And I wish, you know what I mean? I wish I could be a LeBron fan, but he is the enemy. He always has been and always will be. And we're always his enemy, I bet, too. So.
Yeah.
Ask him. LeBron was the number one team you hate. So we almost made you leave Cleveland twice. We made you leave once. We almost did it twice. So that's another one. Oh.
I liked your text last night about LeBron.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that on camera, but
yeah. What was up with his wife's hat? My mom said
want to
that.
be there.
We got it from the same place Cam Newton got his.
Yeah, it looked like she borrowed that from Cam.
Trying to be
I didn't
back
see
in
it.
LA.
My mom
That's
said
what it
something,
was.
so I had to Google it, and I was like,
the
damn.
Sherlock Holmes boutique.
Tony, I heard you had like 13 Mad Libs questions. You want to throw one or two more out there before I take
definitely.
my turn?
Is there? You said I heard you say Marcus Smart in this episode, and you're happy he's not on your team. Is there a current active NBA player that ex-Celtic you could wish to have back?
Yeah, but before I have to say, I will apologize because Marcus Smart is always and always will be a Celtic for life. So his style, I couldn't do it anymore. So I love you, Marcus.
Who do you want?
I liked Marcus. My dad liked Marcus Smart. I
want and I listen, man. That's the easiest thing, and he doesn't have to. He can sit on the bench. He could be the last guy off the bench. Bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
Bring him back.
Out of all the Celtics, that's the one you would bring back.
Bring him back because he deserves it. Are you kidding me? Somebody that deserves a championship for giving his all. Let's remember, you want again Brunson dropping 40-point games, and it's right. But
I'm hoping Brunson keeps this going for years and years and wins his championship. So
right, but I'm saying IT dropping 50 when his sister died, getting his teeth knocked out, breaking his hip, giving his body to us as a franchise, and then Ainge just discarding him like trash. And you know what I mean? This guy literally gave every component he had to being a Celtic, and he only played here a couple years, and he is a legend for forever. So again, I don't know. I couldn't name the last 4 guys on our bench. Couldn't friggin' tell you. So get one of them out of here and bring IT in and go, hey, just talk to these guys. Just keep everybody in line. Keep them. Do what you do. And if we get time for you to play, you'll be in there.
And let him get a ring too.
Let him be your. You don't. Me and you both don't like. I said I didn't like your coach the other night, and you agreed, right?
Yeah. Make IT an assistant, and then in a couple of years, he could be the next coach. Yeah, do that.
That was going to be one of my Matt Libs, so there's a good one. I was going to say, who would you want to coach your team if you could get rid of him? Because I don't.
KG. KG.
Oh, you want KG?
You want to do it with KG.
Oh, he would get kicked out of every game, dude.
KG would be KG. Yeah.
He got fired, boy.
Anyone have any more basketball ones? Because I'm going off basketball after this.
I do from Steve, and I was trying to get him to. I thought you were going to name somebody back in the day. So Steven had a good one. He sent me a text. He said, if you could give up one of your years with like Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and all them to witness a Larry Bird year in a championship, would you do it?
So I can't see these guys win, but I get to see Bird win one.
See, I don't know if I don't think he meant permanently. I just think like take away a year of them for a year of him winning.
I would love to have watched the 80s Celtics just because again, if you really look at it, it was the Lakers, it was Detroit, and then that was the end of their eras, and then it was the Bulls. So it was really, you were in like a 15-year rotation of.
And I witnessed that because my dad was a diehard Celtics. That's why my mom likes the Celtics. And my mom was a diehard Lakers, and they used to fight. It was crazy. I used to remember being a kid and him downstairs and her upstairs and them slamming the door. It was like intense in our house in the 80s. Like I remember that. It was crazy.
I got one Celtics one before we start going non-Celtics. Let me see if I learned how to do this from watching Matt all year. I brought my cue cards, and just like he gave to us, I'm going to throw you one softball one to start, non-sports related. Make it real easy for you. Your second favorite TV show? We all know the first is The Wire.
Ooh, no, not true.
I thought it was Family Matters.
Okay, all right.
So number one favorite TV show.
I know. I think I know what you're going to say.
Sopranos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it?
I can defend. I'm not kidding when I say this is not an exaggeration. I've watched that show through, or just the episodes out of order, but put it together as a season, well over 200 times, if not probably 300. Like I went on a 5-year stretch where I watched an episode every day for 5 years straight. Like that was just a time period.
Did you guys see that thumbs down? I got a thumbs down on my screen there for a second. Did you guys see that?
I did not.
Yeah, because you bashed his question. Brutally.
And number 2 is Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay. Good answers. Good answers. I saw Tony do this a little bit ago, but I think we're supposed to go like this afterwards.
Oh, you got to
just how it
whip
works.
it.
Okay. Yeah, all right. So, one more. This is my Celtics question. You can trade Tatum for any one player in the league right now, and I'm going to take 2 away because I think there's 2 guys that hang up on the phone on you immediately. I don't think Wemby gets traded to you for Tatum. And I don't think, even though I think it would be fair value, I don't think Ant Edwards is given up by Minnesota right now. You can have anybody else in the league straight up for Tatum. Is there anybody you want?
Yeah. Jokic.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing. I watched him play Mad.
So bad. You don't want Brunson?
No, I watched Jokic.
I
watched the Nuggets play Mad, and Jokic played Mad, and it was like, oh, man. Like,
that's
again,
the best
like
I ever seen him play.
I grew up on Shaq. So the 7-footer, but he just runs down the court and dunks. This guy is 7 foot. He's dribbling. He's bringing it up. He's rebounding. He's passing. Dude,
this guy can pass so good.
It's
amazing.
Monster. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So yeah, I would trade him in a heartbeat for you. Sorry.
All right, Tony, fire at him.
Okay. I got one.
Oh no, let Dave go.
Oh, Dave's got one. And then Tony can go. I know one of your other passions is stand-up comedy. Who are your top 3 stand-up comedians?
That's a good one.
Ooh, that's a good one.
From being from Boston, if there's one particular guy on the list, I might be a little upset.
That's true. Damn, there's a lot to pick from. I gotta say Chappelle, because I've been listening to Chappelle since like he came out. And
you know what I mean?
No, like his like
no, it was a joke.
Early stand up, and then when the show came on, like I remember watching that the first night it came out because I was like, holy crap, this guy's getting a show. So I've been watching Chappelle for a long time, and his comeback.
Steven loved him.
I'm gonna have to probably go with. I'm gonna discard a lot of legends. I gotta go with Bill Burr.
Absolutely.
Bill Burr is, and again, he's a Boston guy, but he's just and watching again how he's hitting these new stratospheres, which is just so awesome to watch. And then my third would be Tom Segura. Same thing. I got in on Tom when he like his first album because I used to every time I took a shower, I had Pandora on, so I was listening to him early. And again, now he is. Look what he's doing. You know what I mean? Look at what him and Bert have in the podcast and the shows and everything. So it's like those guys I love, and I think I'm watching their rise has been part of it. I didn't get to watch George Carlin or Pryor or any of those guys. You know what I mean? And I love
like because I think Patrice needs to be on the list, but like he wasn't around long enough.
Greg Giraldo is one of my all-time favorites, but he only had like 1 or 2 albums, and so. Yeah, that's exactly body of work. But when you see not just body of work where like Mike Birbiglia, he's got a catalog and he's doing great too. Don't get me wrong, but look at Chappelle. Look at how big these guys have gotten. And it's like, remember when they were just, you had their CD, you know, like, hey man, you gotta listen to this. And it was just you by yourself listening to an album. So good question.
Yep.
So one of my questions is comedian related. So obviously we know Matt the podcaster and Matt the teacher. You might not know, well, Matt does a little stand-up comedy on the side. He has a couple rap albums out. And many might not know. I have him. And also he played many basketball games. So my question is, obviously I'm not saying you're the best at any of these things. If you could be a mid-level rapper, not like a la Haystack, or a comedian who's like touring in the game, not the best, like not like the guys we just said, but you're touring and you're making money through comedy. Or a basketball player who's on the bench, like in the NBA, but you're like, you know, serviceable playing minutes, but you're not
mediocre passion do you pick?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying, those guys at the end of the bench make millions and millions of dollars, Matt. This is easy.
Well, I would probably, Tony, I would say musician, because I would then have done what a lot of artists do and just evolve to different genres. And then eventually when I started failing out of all the rest of them, I would have just went country and everybody would buy my album. So I would go that route because comedy, man, I'm telling you. No, and again, I'll be honest, I haven't done it. I've done it like 3 months, and I was doing it sporadically before that. I've been taking time off, but a reason why is because comedy's great, man. It's great. But let me tell you something. If you're not in a good place, personally, or with yourself, or your ego, or all those things, and then you go out there for 5 minutes and embarrass yourself, or think you're funny, and no one else thinks you're funny. Ooh, it hurts. Ooh, it hurts. And it's just like football, where you're like, okay, well, I can only do that once a week. So then it's like going out and playing football and getting stomped. And then you're like, oh, I got to wait a week before I can go out and try to redeem myself. So honestly, I took time off from comedy because, look, I think I can make people laugh, but also I can't watch myself do the homework, that's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work, and you got to have a strong will. And my will is not. I don't want to spend every night out at bars, and I don't have the time for it. But if I did, that'd be cool. But music's just fun. Like, I just love music.
All right, you
said if you're not in the right place. If you're in a bad place, though, like getting through that bad place is so good for like good comedy. Like
it is, and it's great.
You're through it, and then you can like write based on that. I think it's
right. But also, it's hard. And again, this is a paying dues concept. It's hard when it's 11:30 at night and you're the 31st comic, and 29 out of the 31 that went up before you, they already pieced out. Why the heck would they stay and watch this nonsense, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like you and a handful of people, and maybe you do good and maybe you don't, and then the night's over, and then you got to go to work, and then you're like, oh, okay, but how do I get better at it? It's like, well, you got to do more mics. You got to go to Lowell. You got to go to Boston. You got to go to Worcester.
All right, guys, let's keep moving. I got 6 more questions to go. Come on.
Fair. My bad. I'm talking.
All right, guys. So you got to keep one and get rid of one, never to play again. Tecmo Bowl or Mario Kart?
Tecmo Bowl. I hate Mario Kart.
Yeah, so you're getting rid of Mario Kart?
I love Tecmo Bowl. I hate Mario Kart.
That's not even close.
Next question.
Tecmo Bowl is one of the greatest games ever made.
Yeah, you have to keep
Super Tecmo Bowl.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yep. We are playing a pickup game of 2-on-2. I am a captain. You are a captain. You have first pick between Topher, Dave, and Mike. Who's first pick? And
this is
part
this
2
is
question:
easy.
Which of the 3 is not getting picked?
Don't pick me. Don't pick me.
I honestly was going to pick you, Dave, because after last week, man, you're such a freaking wild card. I feel like you would just. I feel like you would just chop somebody out of the sky on like the second play and be like, "Oh, we won. He's broken." So,
play for Sixers.
And then who do you get, Tony?
No, who's not going to get picked out of the 3? So I guess who would I pick, and then who wouldn't get picked?
I think you would not pick Topher out of spite.
Yeah, so me and Mike I don't get to play.
I feel like
I gotta say, Topher's the best baller sitting here.
I could. No, but I just because Tony and you have that like back and forth.
Me and Mike would talk mad shit. I know that.
Oh yeah, that's right, Tony. I agree with you there. And we're betting on us. I know it's illegal in the NBA, but we're betting all the money in the world on our own team, Tony.
Hell yeah! All right, that's awesome. Matt's from Boston. Obviously, his favorite team's the Celtics. He's not as big a fan as the Pats. But Matt, if you can relive one of these 2, which one are you picking? Pats vs. Giants 1 or Pats vs. Giants 2?
The first one. And I'm not going to go into detail, but
yeah, great Super Bowls.
I ended up missing them, but hey, they lost.
All right, so the first one? Yeah. All right. Feel free to pass on this one. I know you might not be able to answer this. Sobe, strikeout, or power hour?
I don't know what any of those are, sir. So I'm gonna
pass. All right.
I don't know.
You can relive. You can relive or buy one of your past places or apartment. Which place are you buying? Matt's lived a ton of places like me. He's probably lived in over like 10 homes. So
Florida. When I moved to Florida, I moved there during the first housing crash, and my house was a 2,200 square foot 4 2-2 that we were renting for $1,200 a month, and we were the corner lot. And then they said you could stay for $1,000, and we couldn't do it. But it was a mansion, and we had no business being there. Oh. It was ridiculous.
All right, the one thing your students do that drive you the craziest.
I don't like when people just stare at you and pretend that if they just stare at you and don't speak long enough that you'll just go away.
You get that a lot?
I don't. You know what I mean? I say this more than I should, but I say a lot. I can see you.
I was trying to come up with a teacher one, and I don't mean to like jump in, but since he had a teacher one, I was going to say, what is like your most uncomfortable situation? Like, what sucks the most? Like,
real life stuff. And I'm going to dance around this because of personal.
Right.
When something really hits close to home, or you've got something really something real in your life going on, and so do they at the same time. Yeah, rough. And it's a good bonding experience, but it's trauma bonding. You're literally, and again, they don't know what's going on in your life, so you see both sides. They only see one side, but again, you are bonding over something really rough. And then it's like, all right, let's go back in here and do math.
Yeah.
And sometimes something to distract you, that's a very good thing. But sometimes that doesn't help in the moment. You got to be able to just be a human and recalibrate. So, yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so my question will end it on not such a somber note, but
get ready for the dumb shit.
Oh, this is the dumbest one. I'm gonna try my best not to answer without laughing. All right, Matt, you're my older cousin. A lot of the things that I can't stand about you is you don't have the classic Noel traits that I have, that many of our family members have. So you have to pick one of these and live with these traits for the rest of your life. A receding hairline at the age of 13 years old, 5 feet tall, or big nose.
This is awesome.
Man,
I'm gonna go with 5 feet tall because
really,
if you listen, hear me out. If you can be Kevin Hart. If you got a full head of hair and you work out and you're charming, yeah,
but you can fix a nose. You can't.
You totally get a nose job. You just gotta
That's a good call, Dave.
You can get hair punched in. That's true. All right, yeah. I guess I didn't think about it long enough. You're true, but I don't know. I guess the first thing I was like, well, which one can you pull all of them off the bat? But you're right. But yeah, hair. I guess the hair thing. I don't know how rich am I. Can I just buy new hair and get it?
No,
Can you get LeBron's hairline back?
But you're actually a Noel. That's what the question. You're not any richer, unless you can be richer for having a big nose. Then
okay,
you're just fair. You have to live your life like me, like I've had to go
through. I can manage the nose better than any of those.
He said, like I had to go.
Listen, man, I am a full-blooded Noel. You are a hybrid. You turned into a Tony Alphabet last name, Tony Flugenschnabel. You know what I mean? That's a.
Listen, tell that to my receding hairline in middle school, because I did not agree at that phase of my life. All right, let's go Pacers.
All right. That's the end of Matt Libs. I think we had a pretty good episode, guys. We're probably coming up on our time. So,
and also, hold on. One other thing about Matt Libs, I do just want to say, every time you guys get in trouble, I'm not involved. So let's keep it. All right. You guys need to rein it in every other week, because next week is obviously going to be out of hand. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm the one who keeps this in range, but we'll see.
So we thought you were going to be the crazy, like,
yeah, man.
Star, like, you're the one that keeps us together.
I got to keep it going.
We have to get turned up because you're not here. You're not here. We got to pick that energy up, right? Next man up concept.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I got a game to watch. Yeah. We're taking the first quarter. Right. So,
well, just please check the link below, like, share, check out the website. There's merch. All the things that helps us keep this thing going.
Hey, Matt, next time we get together on the podcast, it's us, buddy. I believe.
It's us, buddy. That's a bold thing to say.
And you'll probably beat us, but I look.
Clip that, Steven.
Yeah,
Clip
I want it to be us. I want it to
play
be
it
us.
in your tears.
It's what we've been waiting for this whole time, baby.
Finally got our dumb shit.
Let's go next.
Get us out of here, Dave.
We're done. Come back next week.